Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then God so clothed the grass, which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind.
This is our kingdom, a kingdom of righteousness. Praise the Lord. Praise ye the Lord.
For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. To the kingdom of Israel!
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh.
The election, an aristocracy, meaning rule of the best, a group or class considered superior to others, a government by the best men in the state, a governing body composed of the best men in the state, and that's the elect. We're about to have it all right? Psalms 37 and verse 11, then it reads, but the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. That word for peace in the Hebrew is shalom, which goes into safety, soundness in body, meaning we're going to truly rest. Welfare, health, prosperity, peace, quiet, tranquility, contentment. So we're going to fully enjoy the planet Earth. We're going to rule and exist within the Lord's creation as we were created to do. I'm ready to rule the world, man. How about you?
Let the golden light of this sunset guide our hearts in peace.
How about Shemel Shah? Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect of believers and listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And what we're going to get into this morning, this morning news and prophecy, was many will bend the knee, many will bend the knee, because just as we go into how, a lot of people, are beginning to revolt against, the AI, okay, they're revolting against the data centers, Okay, this, you know, the whole concept of a technocracy. You have certain movements that's speaking against it. Okay, and even them, when the pressure comes, a lot of them are going to fold. Okay, because they don't understand the extent, okay, of the chaos. All right, that the Lord is going to allow the devil to bring, to get many people to bend the knee. But you have a movement, in the world, okay, that's against, it's anti-AI, okay, there's anti-technocracy, okay. So you have these communities, and especially these data centers. Data centers becoming, there's a big uptick in resistance against data centers. Okay, you have, these certain CEOs of these tech companies being booed off stage, at college campuses. So you have an uprising, man. But even in that, when the Lord, allows the devil to really come with the squeeze, a lot of them are going to fall. Okay, and then you have those, all right, who are fully, worshiping this beast system, that's worshiping this lying wonder, which is this technology. All right, and AI is at the forefront of the devil's lying wonder. And many people are, they're already been, they're already giving in, and they're leaning into, okay, the technocracy and the way things are going. So you have people that's going to be willingly, before any pressure, before any chaos, before any squeeze, okay, they're going to walk voluntarily into the trap, okay. And you're going to have a lot of simple niggas that's going to do that, especially niggas that have a little substance in this world. They're going to willingly walk into this trap, all right, because this is their end all be all, okay. And Esau is presenting this technocracy the same way he presented, all right, the philosophies and the witchcraft, in the garden to Eve. Okay, so let's go into that account. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and we're gonna read in the AMP. Okay, now this Genesis 3 and 1, it says, now the serpent was more crafty, subtle, skilled in deceit. Okay, this nigga is skilled in deceit, and that's one thing that the Lord gave this nigga is deception, the ability of deception. Now, as we mature in the spirit, we're able to see, and that's one of the perks about being in the light, is that we can see the deception of this nigga, man. We have clarity on the deception, okay, of Satan, which we know Esau, Edom, okay, he plays out the agenda of Satan in the earth, man, because Satan was tasked to be, all right, against righteousness, man, okay, and Esau, the nation, all right, that's possessed by Satan, okay, they move with the deception, okay, of Satan, man. You see? But as scripture say, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. At least he should get advantage of us, man. Okay, and that comes, that's one of the perks about being in the light, about being in Yahushua. Okay, but this man is crafty, he's subtle, he's skilled in deceit. Okay, and a lot of people are looking at the way things are going, as an upgrade for humanity. They don't see the digital prison. They don't see the potential of a digital prison. Okay, they don't see that they're walking into digital enslavement. Okay, a complete control system. They look at it as more convenience and enhancement. The digital technological utopia. Okay, so a lot of people that see that, especially simple niggas, man. Okay, now it says, now the serpent was more subtle, skilled in deceit than any living creature of the field which the Lord had made, which is speaking of the other nations. Okay, so it's not an actual serpent, it's not a snake. Okay, but he has serpent-like qualities, man. And the serpent is crafty. A serpent is patient. A serpent, is very strategic when it strikes. Okay, and that's the qualities of, all right, this man being described in the book of Genesis, man. Which at this time he had melanin. Okay, and the same spirit, came back, as Cain, and it came back as Esau, man. Okay, and now you have a whole nation of serpents. Okay, the Edomites today, the so-called white men, women, and children of the day are the nation of serpents, man. Okay, it says, and the serpent, all right, Satan said to the woman, all right, can it really be that the Most High has said, you shall not eat from any tree of the garden? Okay, so here it is, he's coming with craftiness, and he knows, okay, that Eve has been given an order, okay, by her husband Adam not to partake, okay, in the ways of wickedness, man, in the ways outside of righteousness, man. Because when you say any tree of the garden, well, the tree represents what? These nations, okay, these nations outside of the lineage of the sons of God, okay, that was in the garden, which that was in the earth. You see, and they had ways, all right, because Adam was given the breath in Genesis the second chapter, you know, which he was given understanding and righteousness. He was given law, statutes, and commandments. He was given wisdom from on high. Okay, he was being influenced to run the earth, okay, in righteousness, man. Okay, but you had ways that existed outside of that order, okay, and this is what the serpent is bringing to Eve, man. Witchcraft, okay, rebellion. You see, because when you go here, show you dealing with a tree, okay, you're speaking of men and their ways. All right. So when you go here to Matthew 7, let's get Matthew 7. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7. Okay, and let's start at 15. It says, beware of false prophets, you know, and we know you got false prophets like Genesis, IUIC, all right, ISBK, you know, different, you know, random, you know, niggas on the internet, okay, calling themselves prophets and going all over the place with the doctrine, okay. But the biggest false prophet is Esau, you know, and he has the biggest stage, all right, to be a false prophet, okay. And he presenting this technocracy as if this is the way forward. You know, he's talking about this technocracy as if he's going to establish this, and this is going to be the way forward forever, man. Okay, it says, who come to you as sheep, appearing gentle and innocent. And this is how he's presenting this technology to people, as gentle and innocent, as chatbots, okay, as you know, tools to forward your business, as tools to, you know, and make it more convenient for your day to day. You know, as aids and, you know, assisting society, making society more productive, freeing up your time so you can have time to do what you want. Let AI do it. Okay, that's him coming gently. You know, that's the devil coming gently to the people, man, because AI is not built for this devil's agenda with AI ain't for you to run your business. It ain't for you to, all right, have a chat bot, you know, to have you a you know, a relationship with, okay, a goddamn chat bot, okay, you know, to have your cat, you know, moonwalking, okay, doing video, you know, your cat moonwalk. That ain't what the technology is for, but he's presenting it in this gentle and innocent way. Okay, but inwardly he's planning to destroy, okay, society with this, man. He's planning to completely control society, all right, and destroy, all right, people's little remaining freedom and privacy they have left, man. You know, he's planning to put this technology in you, man. This nigga plans on doing all type of experiments, okay. So he comes off innocent, but he has this ravenous wolf intention, man, you know, which is to devour. He's not telling you about the depopulation agenda. And this is another thing, you know, because this lesson was inspired by a lesson done by Elder beloved brother Elder Yashawamba. And we went into this simple nigga Anton Daniels, which we're gonna get into the clips, okay, from the Elder brother video, okay. But you have simple niggas with a little money, and they think that they have some type of comfortable slot in the new world order, okay. You know, they in these different circles, and, you know, going into the AI clinics, and, you know, being around these Edomites, and they think, okay, that the higher ups are setting up a utopia with technology, okay, for anyone that wants to participate. He's not telling you there's going to be a major depopulation, okay. You see, in the process of this, man. That's one thing that they're not telling you, man. You know, that's the ravenous wolf aspect of it. Now it says, by their fruit, you will recognize them. That is, by their contrived doctrine, okay, and self-focus. Esau only cares about him, man. The Edomites only care about them and their agenda, man. Okay, this devil shows you time after time, all right, that he don't give a damn about the masses, man. Okay, So what good can you expect to come from these people, man? Okay, it said, do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Okay, and here it is, this man's a thorn bush, Esau, but he's telling you, look, these are grapes. You know, nothing but sharp, razor sharp thorns. All right, he's telling you, look, stick your hand, there's grapes in here. Okay, and this is what this devil is doing. You see, this whole society is meant to snare you, destroy you, oppress you, suppress you. This man, there's a full out attack on your health. There's a full all attack on your spirit. There's a full attack on your mental state. There's a full attack on family. There's a full attack on your resources. Everything is a full attack by these devils. But he's telling you, look, come taste these grapes, man. Okay, it says, even so, every healthy tree bears good fruit, which is speaking of what? Good people. And the good tree is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, but the unhealthy tree bears bad fruit. You see, because we're an extension of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which makes the true ministry of the prophets, likened to a good tree, but it begins with the source of goodness and righteousness, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Which establishes healthy trees, and the ministry of the prophets, are these healthy trees, and you have fruit that's meat for repentance coming off these trees, man. Okay, that's rooted in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, the true vine. You see, but you have unhealthy trees bears bad fruit, and you look at what Esau Edom is producing. The earth is death. Look at what AI is producing. Look what the data centers are producing, man. Look at the cognitive, diminishment of the people that's using AI. Okay? Look at these things, man. Okay? Everybody that trusts in Esau, Edom, look at the economies of the world that trusted Esau and his economy. Look at the global economy, man. Okay? Nothing but bad, man. Okay? Nothing but military conflict and war, all this because there's an unhealthy tree that's running the earth, man. Matter of fact, let's go here. Show you that tree. Let's get this in Psalms 37. All right, and Jake is getting ready to take the fruit again. You see? A lot of our people, they didn't learn the lesson of the garden. See, most people don't understand the concept of Genesis 3 and how it's playing out now. You see? That's a mystery unto them. Okay, so when you go to let's get this real quick in the KJV, Psalm 37. All right, and 35. This Psalms 37 and 35 says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Okay, so Esau Edom is the wicked that's in power, and he's spreading himself like a green bay tree. Okay, which his influence overshadows the world. This wicked influence overshadows the earth, man. Okay, so this tree, all right, that we see that overshadows the earth, the tree of wickedness, man, is the wicked Esau Edom. And he can only bear wicked fruit. You see, and he can dress up wickedness however he likes, but it's wicked, man. It's rebellion. Okay, and a lot of people are getting ready to fall for these blind wonders, man. So when you go to Genesis and it's speaking about the trees of the garden, man, it's speaking of people and their doings, okay, and their ways, all right. And the way of righteousness was given directly to Adam. That's why Eve had the right instructions, but the serpent came and what? Sold her another way. Say, look, we have another way. When you go, keep reading back in Genesis 3:1, and the woman said to the serpent, we may eat fruit from the trees of the garden. Okay. So she's like, we can't eat of the fruit of the trees because why? You had the line of Adam. Okay. The lineage of the sons of God. Okay. Except the fruit of the tree, which is in the middle of the garden. The Most High said, you shall not eat it nor touch it, otherwise you will die. Okay. Because it was the ways of sin. And the wages of sin is death. Okay. But Esau, he presented death as life. He presented death as an upgrade, as enhancement, as transcendent. Okay. So he pitched, All right, his sale pitch was that all right, that the Most High was holding Eve back. Okay, Adam was holding her back. Okay, that was the sale pitch. Just like now, he's teaching, look, the Most High is holding humanity back. We can transcend now. We can merge you with technology, and you can be all right, superhuman. You don't have to be bound by the bounds of physics and biology. No, we've hacked biology. Okay, through technology, man. You see? That's why I say the Neuralink gonna make you just all knowing God. Like he lying. Okay, it said verse 4 said, but the serpent said to the woman, you certainly will not die. Okay, he lied. Okay, just like now, he's lying. He's hyping up this AI, hyping up this technology, hyping up what it can do, sustainability in year 2030 and year 2035, and we'll have AGI, and humans will be obsolete in 3 years and 4 years. No human. This nigga is lying, man. Okay, just like he lied in the garden, he's lying now. Okay, he's a false prophet. He's making these predictions because you hear, well, humans will be obsolete by year 2033. And most people take that as facts, man. This nigga is lying. And then he got the propaganda where, oh, such and such fire this many for AI, this many fire for AI, this many fire for AI, which some people are being fired and being replaced by AI, but a lot of these jobs are being outsourced, man. Okay, then he's not telling you about these people, these companies that are hiring people back because AI not cutting it. He's not telling you that part. Okay, but he's just giving you his narrative of lies, and you think like, damn, if it keep going like this, by 2033, we're gonna be obsolete. And he's gaslighting you to want to merge or adapt to get left behind, man. And a lot of people are falling for it. Okay. It said, for the Most High knows that on the day, verse 5, for the Most High knows, all right, that on the day you eat from it, your eyes will be open. Okay, so what is he pitching? Look, you're being held back, your eyes not open. You see, I got a way that's gonna open you up. You're gonna transcend your current situation, your current state. You're gonna transcend that. You see, the way you're operating now, you're being held back. I got something where it's gonna transcend, go beyond. You see, the Most High knows that on the day you eat from it, your eyes will be open. That is, you will have greater awareness, and you will be like the Most High. You see that? Isn't he telling you that this technology is gonna make you God like that? Elon Musk said this. The Neuralink is gonna give you Jesus-like capabilities. Okay, isn't he telling you the AGI, the AI super intelligent, is going to be like the Most High? It's going to be all knowing. It's going to be all intelligent. It's going to, it's going to come up with new ideas that humanity can't think of. Isn't he giving the same pitch, the same spiel? Okay, it says, and you will be like the Most High, knowing the difference between good and evil. Okay, which it was necessary for us, all right, to go get this experience on the left hand so we could be balanced. Okay, but this devil presented darkness as transcendent righteousness, man. Okay, verse 6, it says, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was delightful to look at, a tree to be desired in order to make one wise and insightful, she took of its fruit and ate it, and she gave some to her husband with her, and he ate, man. Okay, so you look at this devil's technology, and you look at the promises he's making. It looks delightful. It looks, it's something to be desired. Okay, especially if you're simple. As we look at these things now, man, this is foolish what this nigga is doing, man. Okay, but if you're simple, man, hey, these things look desirous and delightful. Just more convenience, more of this, and like you own something, like it's really a feeling as if you're transcending, like you're being insightful. Okay, and a lot of people are looking at this, as delightful, man, good to the flesh. Okay, so what she began to digest, this doctrine. She began to really partake in indulge and live in it. Okay. And she brought to Adam, and Adam began to indulge in it, and then you had the fall, man. Okay. You see? But see, this time there's a remnant that's not going to go for it, man. You see, there's a remnant that's not going to go for it, man. Okay? What the devil is trying to put out. You see? The Lord has a remnant set up in these last days that's not going to bend the knee to the madness, man. Okay? That's going to be faithful even unto death. All right? To righteousness, man. Okay? So let's go. Let's get some of this this video, this simple nigga, man. Okay? This simple nigga Anton, man. And he just represents one of many, because as a late, you got certain niggas, niggas are late to the party. Okay. So now that these simple niggas, have little money and stock, and, everybody can become a celebrity on the internet and have a following and influence, and, seem like they're these gurus when it comes to life. These niggas is life coaches, which he says particular things about nigga culture, but that's easy to call out. Nigga culture is easy to call out. Okay, it's a culture that's so flawed. Okay, you don't have to be a genius, okay, to address the flaws of nigga culture, man. Okay, so he has made some points concerning nigga culture. All right, but at the end of the day, once you go beyond, criticizing nigga culture, a nigga like this don't got it, man. Okay, he's a simpleton, man. This is a simple man. All right. And if a brother can post a few precepts for me, let's get Proverbs 22:3. And then let's get Proverbs 22:3. And let's get Proverbs 26. All right. Proverbs 26:12. Okay. And if you can get it, Proverbs 26:12 in the AMP Bible shop. All right. So let's play a little bit of this simple nigga, and get some precepts, man. All right. So let's go here. As the scripture said, many will worship the beast in the end. You see?
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm not fighting technology. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can adapt and take advantage of it, or I can complain about it and let it leave me behind. I refuse to leave me behind. I refuse to do the leave me behind.
A simple, goofy nigga, man. Okay? So he's saying that, look, either you can, he said, ain't no fighting against technology. And see, this is a man with no vision. He has no vision beyond America being up and running and functioning. Okay, he's completely blind to the signs of the time. All right, that this place is getting ready to be judged. He's completely blind to it. So in his narrative, all right, this is the way forward. He can see himself, all right, in the technocracy, in the condo with, sick G, and he's able to pull up the internet, through his Neuralink, in mid-air. Okay. You see, he thinks he's finna live, all right, like the Negro Jetsons, man. Niggas like this think they finna be the Negro Jetsons. Okay, they think that Esau has a spot for them in their new, a comfortable spot for them in the new world order. That's what this nigga think, man. Okay, so he's leaning into the technology, man. Okay, and if a brother can get that in Isaiah 36 and is it Isaiah 36 and might be 36:6 as well. But you get a few precepts, then we'll get another clip on this nigga, man. Show you that our people, they worship this man's technology as if, he's really God. They have made this technology an idol. The juice was an idol. Now AI has become the idol. Okay, and that's the intent of this devil, man, to get you to worship his technology, man. Okay. So let's go here. Let's get a few precepts. Let's get that in Isaiah 36, all right, and 6. Okay. As well. But let's go here. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil, and the scriptures have made us prudent. All right, because someone is prudent is someone, you know, who can see something coming and begin to make preparations for what's coming. And see, the only way to prepare is to get back in favor with our power. See, we're going to need miracles in this time. See, he's not considering judgment that's coming. He's not considering that America finna be nuked and turned to a desert. He's not considering this third world war. Okay, he's not considering Yahweh Shai coming back to establish a righteous kingdom. So he's not preparing for that. He's preparing for AI. In his mind, AI is the only thing moving. This technocracy is the only thing moving. Okay, why I said ain't no fighting against it. Well, wait a minute. Yahweh Shai finna come fight against it. Yahweh Shai finna come make war with the nations, man. Okay? So wait a minute. It is something that's finna fight against it, man, and this our power. Okay? But a simple nigga like that, he doesn't have that in consideration. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hiding himself, man. But the simple pass on and are punished, man. And the simple nigga like this and many others, they're going to pass on and be punished, man. They're going to walk right into the digital trap, and they're going to put themselves in bad standards and even worse standards with Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Okay, they're going to make themselves permanent enemies to the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, so this is an example of a simple nigga that's going to pass on. Okay, he's going to pass the warning of the prophets and walk right into the trap of Satan, man. Okay, of Esau, man. In his mind, Esau got it figured out. Okay, when you go here, this is Proverbs 26:12. This is brother humble servant. And that last precept was the brother beyond Yasha. So we go here to Proverbs 26:12. It says, "Do you see a man who is unteachable, okay, and wise in his own eyes and full of self-conceit? There is more hope for a fool than of him." So this is a nigga who think he got it figured out. The way this nigga talk, okay. And we're gonna examine the simple mind of a nigga, man. But a nigga like this, this nigga is unteachable. You can't tell this nigga nothing. Nigga got a little money, okay? Because you know this nigga. Because see, people, especially people with a low self-esteem, when they get money, man, you can't tell them niggas nothing, man. Okay? But this nigga is unteachable, man. We couldn't tell this nigga nothing because we're not on the status. But he'll listen to a group of Edomites tell him about, you know, the future of AI and what he should be doing and stay ahead of the curve. And he'll listen to a room full of Edomites with money all day. Okay? Because this same nigga, he had all this smoke for Corey Holcomb. But then when the Edomite talk crazy to him, this nigga look like a little boy. I don't know if y'all brothers remember that. Now, he had all this smoke for Corey Holcomb. Okay? But then when Esau talked crazy to this nigga sounded like a little boy. He had no bass in his voice, no rah-rah. Nigga was whispering like, God damn. You know? But this is an unteachable nigga, man. And it's a lot of our people that like that. They got a little substance in this world. Okay? They play the stocks a little bit, you know. So you can't tell these niggas nothing, man. And there's a lot of our people that's like that, that's unteachable, that think they got it figured out, man. You know, and he's the logo of that type of mind. All right. Let's go here. Yep. This is the brother Yashima tribe of Judah, Isaiah 36:6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it." All right, so is Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to all that trust him, man. So our people trust in this system, man. Because see, our people need this system to be up and running. All right, for their aspirations and their desires, all right, to continue on. They need this crooked system, this warp, all right, satanic, all right, perverted society. They trust in it, man. And this is the thing. Here it is. These men, the people that run the earth for pedophiles and Satanists, and you see, like these people are the worst people, okay, on the planet that run the earth, that's coming and presenting this technology as a savior to the earth, man. See, but niggas like that don't care about that. He just care about his own personal situation, man. It's another part of this video I want to do another lesson on, man. Avaratazar, man. But he just care about his own personal situation. Long as he has wealth, he don't care about how wicked the society is. He just know, well, I got rich in this system, man. You know, let's keep this thing going. This is the system that made me rich. He don't care about the wickedness of this society, the people that run this society. He don't care about the wickedness of Esau either, man. This nigga go to an Epstein party, man. You know, just to level up. This is the type of nigga that'll do that, man. Okay, and there's many like this, man. Okay, but eventually it's gonna go into this double. I mean, the dependence on this society. Well, eventually you're gonna have to merge with this technology, man. Okay, depending on this system, and your desires is rooted in this system. Well, you're gonna have to merge with this technology, man. And a lot of these niggas is getting ready to do that. Okay, so I want to jump ahead a little bit. In the lesson. I mean, in the video. Let's go to about right here. All right. Now Esau is talking about these robots. Okay, which this is stupid. Look, think about this, and then think about the said. Matter of fact, if a brother can post that Psalms 2 and 8 about Psalms, chapter 2, verse 7 and 8. You know, and let's get Jeremiah 30, verse 16 and 17. Okay, let's get that. Let's play this, man. Esau talking about these goddamn robots. Okay, listen to, all right, how this nigga here, man, worship this technology, man. All right, he's enchanted by lying wonders. Okay, he believes the hype.
Neo, I met your former self about a year and a half ago. How are you? I'm Roberto. Huh? He's showing you his dominant. Like when my Neo arrives at my home, what can I expect it to do straight out of the box? I'm going to make a big claim, and then let's see if we can back it up. When you get your Neo, it'll be able to attempt almost anything. So what we have with the world model now, which is so magical to me, is what I would call actual true general intelligence. What the world model is a model that is truly trained on how the world works in a dynamic sense. It's trained on video and also the sensors of the robot. This was also the big unlock in language models. That's why you see the models now being so good at code and being so good at math, because they're easily verifiable problems. Robotics kind of unlocks that for everything. Sometimes it will succeed, sometimes it will fail, but that, of course, is how you learn. And we don't have enough data yet and enough experiences that it'll always succeed. But actually, quite often, it does succeed. Neo comes in here.
So essentially, what you look at from AI, right? And let me break this down from y'all from a C student's perspective. What you're experiencing from AI is you're seeing the manifestation of all of this training and all of this data and all of these search engines. I'll give you an example. One of the things that has allowed for Tesla to be able to develop full self-driving, and if you've ever experienced it, I use it when I take my Tesla, my Cybertruck. It's the most incredible thing that you will ever experience inside of a vehicle. I will always own an electric car, and I will probably try to always own a internal gas combustion vehicle.
All right, and guess what? He's going to get the chip. Okay, he's going to get the chip. He and many of you Israelites are going to get the chip.
Right? I like them both. I love technology. I'm an engineer at heart. But when I experienced full self-driving, it was different than lane departure, than making sure that you keep a certain distance from the car in front of you, cruise control. All of that is different. Like I got Blue Cruise, I got all of that type of stuff. But when you get into a Cybertruck and you put in a location and it backs out the driveway and it goes to the location, parks itself, and all you doing is sitting there kicking it with the person that's next to you, it's crazy. It's insane. But the way to do that is that it's a learning model, meaning that all of the different miles, the trillions of miles that are driven from Tesla vehicles on the road, has trained it how to identify and move throughout the world. And so it's the same thing that's happening with AI, right? Physical AI is being trained. AI on these devices, every time we ask a question, every time we correct it, every time we talk, every time we do something, every time we hit a search engine, it's refining itself and it's making itself much more efficient at whatever the tasks are that we're doing. So what he's saying is, this is the inception of it. This is the deployment of it. This is the beginning stages of what it's supposed to look like. And it's going to continue to refine itself and learn over a period of time to be more effective in the presence of humans for whatever it is that we're going to use it for, right? Everything is learning. These things are humans, but much more faster in their development and learning and being able to do whatever it is that they're going to do, right?
So he said these things are humans and much more faster. You know, so he believes the gaslight, all right, that this technology has infinite potential to grow. Okay. In his mind, this technology has infinite potential to grow. And this is what Esau wants, man. Okay. This is what Esau, this is the mindset that Esau wants people in, to the belief that his technology has infinite potential to just grow and grow, become wise and wise, and just leave people, all right, farther behind. Okay. This is the mindset. This is the gaslighting. This is the type of thinking that the Esau's gaslighting, okay, is meant to produce. Okay, a nigga like this nigga is in awe that a car can drive itself. Okay, he's not thinking about the people that run the world. Okay, you see, they can use that same car that drive you to where you want to go, to where now you're limited to where you can go. Now you have to have the C hill to start that car. Now you can only go where they want you to go. You see, now the car isn't your car no more. No, this car, okay, belongs to, okay, the infrastructure. Okay, you don't have a car anymore. This car is just to get you to where where you have permission to be, okay, for this permissible amount of time, and take you back. Okay, he's not looking at a total control grid being built around him. He's in awe. He's like a child, okay, in the toy store, in the candy store. He's not looking at a digital prison being built around him, man. He's a simple nigga, man, and you can tell he think that he's so smart and goddamn deep. Okay, and this is exactly what Esau wanted, man. And see, he's not considering the judgment of the Lord as well, man. Okay, there's no telling what predicament the Lord gonna have a nigga like this in, man. Okay, he's talking as if he's guaranteed to be a part of this future of this technocracy, this digital utopia, man. Okay, simple nigga, man. All right, so let's go from there, because he talks like Edomites. Because I got clear with Edomites is speaking the same thing, you know. Let's get some few more precepts first. Yeah, he's a damn dummy. All right, the big dummy. Okay, yep. Let's get some of these precepts you brothers got. You see, oh man, it's the best experience ever, man. Wait a minute. What about the truth makes us big thinkers, man. All right, you think of that ugly ass Tesla truck is gonna be above you think that ugly ass Tesla truck is gonna be above a chariot? Okay, think that ugly ass Tesla truck is gonna be above a chariot, man? All right, but this nigga's he's simple. Okay, yep. Let's get this from the brother Yasha Wumble. Revelation 13:8. It says, "And all the people who belong to this world worship the beast." He belongs to this world. So he's in awe at the beast and the technology that's coming from the beast. He's in awe. It don't get no better than this to a nigga like that. Okay, a Tesla truck that self-drive, it don't get no better to a nigga, man. That's his ceiling. Okay, it says they are the ones whose names were not written in the book of life that belongs to the Lamb, and a nigga like that not written in the book of life, man. You know, there's many more. He represents one of many. Okay, of niggas who think like this, man. Okay, who really think that Esau got this thing figured out, man. Okay, who really worship this beast and the technology that comes from it, and the ideology of this beast, man. Okay, but here it is. They're talking about robots. Nah, man, I want what the Lord got promised, man. We should want what the Lord got promised. It's the brother Hopeful Leg 3, Psalms 2 and 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord have said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Okay, and that was the Heavenly Father bringing forth Yahushua. Okay, and when you go to verse 8, it says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the othermost parts of the earth for thy possession, man. See, we got big expectations, man. Okay, we're not looking forward to no goddamn Tesla robot, man. Okay, the Lord said, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen, actual people for inheritance, man. Okay, I don't want no goddamn strange ass robots walking around the house, man. Nah, man, I want a palace, all right, full of women servants, man. of the other nations, man. Lighting incense all day, man. Okay, pouring the wine, man. Hey, making clothes, making garments, customized garments all day, man. Real women. Okay, I'm on real servants out there tending to the sheep and the livestock, man. I don't know goddamn robot, limited ass robot, man. Okay. Nah, man, the truth makes us think bigger, man. These niggas think they on a level, man. These niggas on a very small level. They on that's why Howard Shaw said, "Look, you niggas from beneath, I'm from above, man." Okay, because a nigga is don't mind being the Edomite lapdog, as long as they get a few dog treats every now and then, man. Nah, man. The Lord said, "Look, ask of me." The Heavenly Father wants us to think way bigger than this world, man. Way bigger. Esau ain't got shit to offer us, man. Okay, a self-driving Tesla robot. Okay, you know, you go pick up Eve, another nigga baby mama. You know, like, nah, man, this ain't the play, man. Okay, it says, it says in the othermost parts of the earth for thy possession, which is the whole world. Okay, Esau wants to confine you to a virtual reality of 15-minute city, and the Most High promised us the world. Okay, and the nigga is content with that. The nigga is content with 15-minute city promises, man. Okay, just so he can get in that ugly Tesla truck and it take him to, okay, you know, take him to Target. You know, take this nigga to. You see, him and Keisha go to Target, you know, Taco Bell, and then in the self-driving Tesla, taking you to Taco Bell. See, nigga, that's everything to a nigga, man. You see, this Jeremiah 30:16, it says, "Therefore, all they that devour thee," is from the brother of Yahweh, the hopeful Lake 3. It said, "Therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that prey, prey upon thee will I give for, a prey." You see, the heathen need captivity. You see, he's like a child. A nigga like that has a child mind. That's why he's so distracted by childlike shit toys. Esau look toys he can throw at him. Okay, but as we mature, matter of fact, brother can post that 1 Corinthians 13:11. Okay, the brother can post it, man. But he speaks as a child, man. He wants childish things. Okay, that's why his mind is only on little toys and shit. Okay, but as we mature in the spirit, no, the earth needs new rulership, man. Damn a goddamn Tesla truck. Okay, 6G. You know, you can hire AI agents and you can fire your staff, and you know, man. Okay, the drone delivery instead of the UPS truck, now you got drone. No, man, that's child shit, man. The earth is in complete shambles, man. Okay, the earth is this man is destroying the planet. Okay, but then giving you technology is this, okay, this is the way, and it's the same technology that he's presenting as a savior. That's what's destroying the earth. Okay, it's Isaiah 30. It said, "Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." Yeah, and see, our people are already, you know, have a culture, because nigga culture is just a culture of sin. You know, even our people that think they're above nigga culture and rubbing elbows with these certain Edomites and, you know, these certain circles of wealth. Okay, you're still adding sin to sin. It's all right, rebellion to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. And the ultimate sin that a lot of Jake finna add to themselves is that sea help, man. Okay, they walk down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth. Yeah, the prophets is giving you the rundown of what it is, man. Okay, but what it say? The simple pass on. So they pass on by all the warnings and go straight, all right, to Egypt, man, to this system, man. Okay, to strengthen themselves, yeah, because they think they're going to strengthen themselves. You know, they think if I can get ahead of the curve with the AI and with the way things are going and make this bet and get these stocks and learn this and learn that and get, you know, and then I go get the sea hill, then I'm gonna be strengthened. I'm gonna be transcendent. I'm gonna be a super nigga in the earth, man. Okay, it says, and strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt, man, which is this system, man. Okay, but just as it said, verse 3, and it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, man. Okay, damn dummy, man. A lot of people are gonna look dumb as hell. All right, and then especially when they see that this nigga Esau don't got it figured out like they think. Okay, a lot of people finna get ready to see if this nigga Esau do not got it figured out like he putting on, man. Okay, he's selling you these movies and these dreams and these look, he's showing these robots and giving you samples of this and that, and what you people are going to see, what you people going to be disappointed in is, first off, this depopulation agenda when this man finna wreak havoc in the earth, through pestilence, okay, through civil unrest, okay. Then the Most High going, what's Most High say? You gonna have teeth of wild beasts, wild apparitions, grid outages, man. Okay, he's gonna play Egypt as before. Okay, this nigga don't know if he's gonna get caught up in the famine or not, man. But he talks with this surety like he's owned to something, man, because he has enriched himself, in another man's kingdom. Okay, well let's play this one. All right, this is another pretty good interview too. But these are then this is who this nigga sounds like. Okay, this is the type of Edomites that this nigga is hanging around, going to conventions, and he's in these groups, and this nigga think he so goddamn important, man. A nigga like Anton, man. Okay, so let's go here. This is the brother Yahweh, the hopeful. Lake 3 says 1 Corinthians 13:11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, understood as a child, I thought as a child. Because we was in this world, because one thing about Edomite supremacy, it keeps you in the it keeps Israelite men in the mindset of a child. Okay, it's never meant for you to grow up, especially under the matriarch. It's never meant for you to develop into a man. Okay, in Edomite supremacy, man. You see, but as we come into the truth, man, not only do we begin to develop as men, but we begin to develop as spiritual men. Okay, you see, wanting cars and women and clout and status, that's a childlike mind, man. That's immature way of thinking in the world. All right, that's destroying itself, and all you want is material things. That's the way a child thinks, man. Okay, but as we matured in the spirit, it says, but when I became a man, I put away childish things, man. Nah, man, the earth needs new rulership, man. Okay, no, when we want Yahweh Shai to establish the throne of David in the earth, man, in righteousness, man. We want the rightful king to be established in the earth, Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we want above everything, man. Above our little personal situations, bigger than our personal situation, man. You see, we matured past this, this American hyper individual, okay, only worried about yourself, and you get you some money just so you can shit on other slaves. Nah, man, we beyond that. Now it's time for righteousness, all right, to rule the earth, man. Okay, because we got everything coming. We're gonna have true wealth in the kingdom, man. Okay, Esau will reduce people from real substance, okay, the knowledge of the earth, to being to these FRN notes. Then now the FRN notes is mainly digital. Most people only deal with digital money already, through the apps, through debit cards. Okay. You see, so now he want to just take it fully, digital credits, man. You see, so let's play this, because this is the mindset of an Anton. All right, this is where he get this from. This is who niggas like Anton look up to.
So you either change the system from within the system by understanding the rules, or you generate sovereign wealth outside the system and become that wealthy person that can actually just build its wealth outside the system, speak against the system.
What's at stake here? Like, somebody hasn't listened to our last two shows.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? What's at stake here right now?
Well, we are in the midst right now of transitioning to a voluntary opt-in just due to the way the game has been set up, an architecture.
Architecture of what?
An architecture of, I'd say, a one world government control grid, where we have no choice but to lean into artificial intelligence.
He's saying it's a one world controlled government where we have no choice. And if a brother can get that too, I think it's Proverbs 12:16. Maybe where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay, see, when you don't have a vision outside the system, because you look at how Esau got, control of this and control of that, it's like, well, shit, getting around, can't beat them, join them. They can't beat them, join the spirit. Okay, that defeated spirit, Well, if a brother can post, I believe it's in Proverbs, where there's no vision, the people perish. Okay. So let's go back a little bit, man. What we at? 1828. Go back a few seconds.
But to lean into artificial intelligence. Sure.
Architecture of what?
An architecture of, I'd say, a one world government control grid, where we have no choice but to lean into artificial intelligence. We have no choice but to lean into robotics for like businesses in the real world that are actually building things, because you'll get crushed. And from the individual investor that's allocating their money, no choice. But
isn't that just capitalism? Like, isn't that just what happened with the internet?
What do you mean? What happened?
So when we had the internet revolution, the digital revolution that came with that, companies who didn't adopt it got destroyed. We lost Blockbuster, we lost magazines and newspapers. You had to become part of that, or you were wiped out.
Yeah,
aren't we just doing the same again with AI?
I think so. However, what comes on the other side of AI? And I think this is a different game. I think structurally, artificial intelligence, firstly, it wipes out the ability to monetize in many cases. So everything's moving towards free, which is like a deflationary concept or a disinflationary concept. And quite clearly, the evidence is showing that people are, the tech companies right now are investing in data centers to replace humans. So we are moving towards something that's going to take away jobs, but not in a similar way to anyone that's a billionaire invested in AI will tell you right now. That's trying to tell you that we're moving to universal high income, and that we're moving to, they'll give the examples of the internet and the computer and how it created new businesses and new jobs.
And if a brother could post Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 24 through 26, okay? And like I say, and this guy here, he don't got it, okay? Because he's saying data centers are to replace humans. No, data centers are to control humans, okay? Because data centers are going to be the plumbing, okay, to the digital infrastructure, all right? That controls the computing, okay, or the control grid, okay? Now they plan on deleting a lot of people to make it easier for them to control, all right, to reduce the population, to make it manageable for them to control. All right, that's their mindset, that's their way of thinking. All right, but data centers are here, all right, not to replace jobs, okay, but to control. Okay, so let's play a little more.
I don't think that's what's happening in this case.
This show is brought to you by my lead sponsor, Iron, the AI cloud for the next big thing. Iron builds and operates next-generation data centers and delivers cutting-edge GPU infrastructure, all powered by renewable energy. Now, if you need access to scalable GPU clusters or are simply curious about who is powering the future of AI, check out iron.com to learn more, which is IREN.com. I've become really bullish on AI over the last couple of weeks at a personal level, because I've been going kind of like deep in Claude. I've been spending like 15 hours a day building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to have an agency here in London where we would build websites and applications. And we at the football club have a number of disparate systems. We have our merch system, and we sell merch in 3 places, and we have no stock management. We sell it online, we sell it at the club and at the coffee shop. We have our financial system, which is Xero. We have players that we manage and their contracts. We have staff that we manage. We have communications. In 9 days, I integrated this all into one intranet. Not only does it work, it looks beautiful because I created an AI agent with the 15 years experience of designing applications at Apple. I built an architecture of a team. I've got a security agent. And so if I'd had my agency and you'd come to me with that brief, I'd said, yes, about a year. We'd probably get the first module out in 3 to 6 months. Cost you £1 million, and I'd have a team of 12 people working on it. One guy on his own, I can't code for shit. Yet it's teaching me how to set up Vercel, teaching me how to set up GitHub, teaching me how to set up Supperbase. I'm running the SQL queries. Yeah, and God knows what it's doing in the background, but the ability to do that in 9 days is incredible. And then I wanted to redesign our website, and we use Squarespace. Problem with Squarespace.
He's marveling at the beast. You see, he's marveling at the beast. You know, the AI, you know, they're able to build these websites, and you know, you have these AI agents working for you. You know, while you're asleep, the agent is always, you know, you give it a prompt, give it a task, you know, and it's always busy. Okay, this is you know, a miracle. Okay, this is a line wonder. And see, people think this is what the AI is for. They don't understand. Like I say, he's ready to walk. You tell he's excited. All right, and he's gonna walk right into a digital, all right, enslavement, man. Okay, that ain't what AI is for, man. All right, because AI costs, you know, it's too many resources of AI, okay, being wasted on people's personal, you know, businesses and, you know, recreational use. And no. They're gonna reel all that back in. Okay, they're gonna shut all that down. Okay, because they need all their computing power for control. Okay, not for you to build businesses and get this going and create, you know, AI employees. No. Okay, that's the bait. You see, a lot of people are taking the bait. You see,
you're limited to the templates. And so complex things like how I want to display fixtures and results for the football team is difficult. I designed like first, and I said, can you create me a CMS? And basically in the last 3 days, I've recreated Squarespace. And when I say that, obviously it's not as good as Squarespace. I've been going 20 years, but it's not far off it. And it's probably better than some other CMSs. And I had this kind of realization. This is my bullish side of AI, where I was like, yes, there's these few companies centralizing the technology. I do have a fear about that. But the technology is decentralizing the power of tech to small businesses. And actually, what it's doing is crushing big businesses. There's this software apocalypse. They talk about the SaaS apocalypse. And I see it because you can now build custom applications in days that run specifically how your business runs. And so any small business now, understanding Claude, can go and build any application they wanted that they couldn't have access to before because they weren't big enough. And so I'm seeing this kind of like decentralization of technology and the power of technology. And hopefully that will empower smaller businesses. I might be on my own here.
I don't.
Yeah, so he thinks that AI, you know, is a miracle for small business, man. Okay, and he just one of the many that took the bait. So let's get some precepts. But see, a nigga like Anton will sit there and talk to them Edomites all day, laughing, you know, being a good boy, tap dancing. Okay, you see. So let's get some precepts. Let's get this in let's go here. This is the brother, the hopeful, leg 3. This your brother Yaqua. All right. Oh, yeah. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Okay, and see, we see a lot of people, you know, that don't have vision. Okay. Our people don't have the vision, because where do we get our vision from? The scriptures. We see beyond this, man. We see a kingdom beyond this, man. You know, matter of fact, if a brother can post that in 2 Corinthians 4:17 as well. You know, 2 Corinthians 4 and 17 and 18, I believe. All right. We got a vision beyond this world, this age, man. You know, that's why we're becoming dead to this shit. You see? And people think that this is the way forward. All right. Let's go here. Yep. This is another one by Brother Yaqua. It's Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay. All right. So the remnant is going to no more stay or depend upon him that smote them, which is Esau. And our people are dependent on the nigga with a history of destroying our people in every way. You had chattel slavery where you had a lot of physical, abuse, physical and unaliving and raping and, you know, sicking on dogs. Sicking dogs on Jake, feeding Jake to dogs, ripping children out to women, have Jake at fairs, being this amusement, a human zoo. Okay. Then you get into the psychological and chemical warfare of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Okay. Then you get into the enchantments of the 90s and 2000s. Okay. So this man has a track record of nothing but smiting our people, man. And niggas are walking right into this nigga trap again, man. You know, and that's why you niggas deserve every missile that the Lord's gonna have fall on top of you, man. Because a nigga like Anton Daniels will die, you know, a horrific death in Jacob's trouble. Okay, and the Lord, how shall raise a nigga like that up to fill them missiles as well, man. Raise that nigga up just for those missiles, man. Okay, throw that nigga into a missile, man. You see, and it said this is on finishing Isaiah 10 and 20 said, it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay, all right, upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. Okay, the Holy One of Israel in truth. You see? So we're transitioning depending on our power, man. Okay? The Lord has us conditioned to depend on our power while most of our people, all right, are getting ready to trust the devil again, man, in the worst time ever. All right. Jake is getting ready to trust Esau again. You see? In the worst time ever, man. All right. So let's go here. This is the brother servant of Yahushua, 144, Lamentations 3 and 24. It said, the Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. Okay? Our hope is in our power and what the Lord is promising he's going to do. In the midst of everything that Esau got going on, our hope ain't in what this devil got going on. Our hope is in what the Lord promised he would do in the midst of this, man. Okay? They shall build, but I will throw down, man. We have full faith that our power is going to throw all this down, man. Okay? Nigga got investment in the building that's on fire. Okay? We believe that America is a lake of fire, man. Okay, why invest into something that's, you know, because if the Lord said it, hey, it's like it's already on fire, man. Okay, it said the Lord is good unto them that wait for him and to the soul that seeketh him, man. So we're waiting on the goodness of the Lord. We're waiting on the Lord to reward us, man. You know, that we waiting on Yahushua, as scripture say, his work is before him, which he's going to be judging, and his reward is with him, man. Okay, immortality, man. True power. Okay, that reward is coming with Yahushua, man. Okay, Esau's system ain't got no rewards for us, man. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait, all right, for the salvation of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shah, man. You know, and may we, you know, quietly wait, you know, on, all right, the salvation of the Lord, man. Because I say the Lord has promised a salvation in the midst of this, man. Okay. And now, real quick, what I want to do, I think that's the last. God damn. Well, yeah, let's get these last few. All right, this brother Yahweh beginning, brother hopefully 3, 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. It said, "For I light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory." Okay, far more exceeding, all right, eternal weight of glory. You see, so we going through these afflictions. See, that's another thing. Jake don't want to deal with any affliction, man. Jake want to be comfortable here. You know, Jake don't want to go through that uncomfortable transition into their own kingdom. Okay, that's promised in the scriptures. Jake don't want to go through that, you know, that uncomfortable transition. You know, the brothers, all right, the beloved brothers out of Dallas, you know, was speaking on that last night. You know, you go back and watch their street teaching from last night. They were speaking about the afflictions, the fire. You see, Jake don't want to go through the uncomforts. Jake don't want to be uncomfortable in this current world, all right, and be rewarded forever. Okay, so our light affliction that we go through, all right, is working for us and exceeding eternal weight of glory. And see, Jake mind don't think they're high. Okay, Jake want to be in tune with the trends of this world. Okay, it says this verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. So everything we see, the AI, the Tesla, the SpaceX, you know, this and that, and you know, this was next, and invest in this and the chips and all these different things and the stocks and the stable coin. Okay, see, that's all what a nigga can see. A nigga only believe what they can see, but we focus on the things which are not seen, man. We believe in the kingdom, all right, that you can't see right now, but it's promised in the future. Okay, it's promised within the will of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. You see, we believe in that kingdom. You see, we believe in a righteous, okay, government that's going to run the earth forever. We believe in new bodies. We can't see the new bodies. We believe in it. Okay, so we looking at what's not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal. This is a temporal situation, man. Even the destruction, we don't see America on fire right now. Okay, but we believe in it. We know that this place is going to be engulfed in fire, man, through nuclear destruction, the chariots, man. Okay, we believe. We can't see the elites and chains and working right now. We can't go to anywhere and see that, you know, but we believe that they're going to go into captivity, man. All these heathens going into captivity, man. Okay, it says, but the things which are not seen are eternal, man. And we're investing in immortality, man. You know, our hope is in immortality. We invest in the promises, okay, of the scriptures, man. That's what we investing in, man. Okay, so that's the point. Just wanted to tap into that, you know, respond to that simple nigga, man. You know, there's gonna be many more, okay, to think like that nigga, to think they, you know, but everybody got their role. You know, may we endure. May the Lord keep us in, you know, our right mind, you know, in the spirit, you know, and may we depend on our power in these times to come, you know, more than ever. So, Lord, will you, brothers, all right, and you few sisters edify once again. I'm going to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, and Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS. Rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully, shalom.